Yo, 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 yo. What's poppin', everybody? What's up, everybody? It's your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. Bah, bah. You already know what it is, man. All right, man. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it, man. Let me try to readjust my little hood setup. All right, there we go. Yeah, we popping now. What's popping with everybody in the building? I'm sure everybody saw it. So everybody saw a few good things on Saturday night. Javi was goody. Lisa Bales was popping with the Queen though. Boxing guy was popping with you, Brody. Salute to you. Miguel was popping with you, bro. Chris Price, Fah Fah. You already know what it is. All right, man. Gerard was popping with you, homie. Pretty good one for 21. Pretty good for 21 and 0, huh? Hold on. Pretty good for 21 and 0, huh? I call PS. Man, I told y'all this shit was going to happen, man. Y'all want to just go straight into it. We can go straight into it, man. I brought my coffee with me. I ain't playing no game. Red Solo cup sipping like a champ. Let's talk about it. What did everybody expect? I mean, it was going to come in the 5th, 6th. It was going to come. And it was going to come like that, real nasty. Yo, this dude, from the very beginning of the fight, man, it was visible that he had no business being in that ring with that dude at all. And what I mean by that is, with no disrespect, he went out there, he competed like a warrior, he went out on the shield, shout out to him. But what I mean by that is this. Man, Canelo is such a seasoned fighter, man, on such an extremely high level that it was evident from the gate. Soon as he got touched, the meticulous pressure that he was giving him, stepping on the front foot, just constantly hitting him with the angles. He just wasn't ready, man. And then what was all of the he did this thing, man, phone up to the ear, but he was leaning kind of down to his right side, just left hook just there to pop him. What was he doing? I don't know, man. The dude just didn't have no business being in there. I mean, everybody should, you shouldn't be shot. You should have got what you came to see if you paid to go and see it. You paid to go and watch Caleb Plant get a boxing lesson. PBC get a spanking on their ass. And what I mean by that is, them dudes sit around and fight nobody. Nobody. So you're not going to go from fighting. Who is this nigga fighting, man? We talk about this shit all the time. Who is this nigga fighting? He was fighting like the what? The Porky? Who the fuck was this nigga fighting? Vincent Feigenboots, Mike Lee. He won the belt off Jose Utakagi, and he almost stopped him. So how do you just think you just going to jump from all of that weak activity, the inactivity, your last fight you look like trash, and then you just think you just going to go just parade around fighting a beach full of bums, my nigga, and then you just going to go in there and fight one of the best fighters in the world. Fuck out of here with that shit, man. Come on, y'all. We got to be real. And then the way they try to package it up and sell this nigga, man, he's so fluent in movement, he's some Floyd Mayweather-ass nigga that's just going to come out there and just do the impossible. I don't care how sassy you being at your weigh-in. I don't care how much shit you talking at the post-conference. I don't give a fuck how many niggas say you out there, you wild confident. Bruh, man, this is real fucking life at the end of the day, man. Come on, man. Yeah, shout out to that dude. Congratulations to him. And see, that's the thing, right? Niggas just love to be haters. I'm not going to hate on that man. That man went out there, regardless of whatever is. He a hell of a fighter, man. He will go out there and he will give you a hard time. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, take all of the bullshit, because we ain't going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going, shit on this dude, no way, shape, or form. Take all of the bullshit to the side that niggas will talk about it any other given day. But we just talking about the package of the fighter there. The nigga you gonna go out there and you gonna have to fight that little motherfucker, man. He's strong. He on the front foot. That's why I said it's only a certain type of fighter that's going to be able to beat dude, man. And then if you not locked in and you not really fully prepared for what you trying to do, like what you going in there against for 12 rounds, and hope, really you got to have the tools that shine on the level to where you either going dismantle, you just going dismantle them. And there's not too many guys that possess that type of capability. So he gonna sit where he sit for the time, however long he sit there. It's got to be something different. You know what I'm saying? Like how how Caleb Plant looked Saturday night compared to what Canelo level is right now. He got to have a nigga that like got the ability to make him look like that. I would like Canelo to cut the ring off a little better, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, like, I talk about that a lot too. He just don't have footwork. He don't have footwork. And then dealing with a certain type of fighter, depending on how he gonna cut out the ring, you know what I'm saying? He ain't really trying to get too wide. He ain't really trying to get too long. And necessarily he ain't trying to get too short, if that make any sense. Like, he always just trying to be in the perfect position. Honestly, this what Canelo gonna do to you the whole time. He gonna walk you down. He gonna walk you down with meticulous pressure. He gonna keep stepping on the inside, and it's just gonna be wild, smooth head movement. He just gonna keep, just like he did like on Saturday, keep finessing the head movement on you 24/7 until he get right where he want to be, and then he's gonna fire off shots, and they're gonna be calculated, thudding ass shots. Skid in there a little bit, might part a jab or whatever, but that's just the way he operates, because he's a great enough fighter to understand that you're gonna work well within your abilities, man. And his ability isn't to move. That's not Canelo. That's not what makes Canelo, and it's never gonna make him, because he just don't got it, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? So he just a master of working well within his abilities, man. That nigga's not going to be out of. You're not going to catch him out of place, winging shots, exhausting a lot of energy, looking all crazy. Nah, he ain't going to do none of that. Charlo can't beat him either. And that's why Charlo can't beat him. Charlo can't beat him for the same reason Caleb Plant can't beat him. And the crazy thing is, niggas would think Jamal Charlo will go in there and deliver him a different type of fight. Jamal Charlo wouldn't go in there and deliver Canelo a different type of fight than what you saw from Caleb Plant. Now, are you going to see the whole, you know what I'm saying, trying to do the whole Philly shell, you know what I'm saying, trying to relax, not having the necessary footwork to move around, get outside of the, you know what I'm saying, the power shots. So you trying to rest and soften your blows up against the ropes. It's not going to be like that, but he's going to just try to sit up in the phone booth with him and try to bang with him. And he's going to get knocked out because he don't really have east to west movement. He's coming straight at you. He do the same thing Errol Spence do. So Jamal ain't going to give him no different type of fight. Now you might be able to, he might be fresh enough to sit up in there for a little bit, maybe for a little bit, but good night, Irene. Canelo too strong for him. It's got to be somebody that's got some punch, that ain't afraid to move, that's really got a real boxing IQ. And I've really only chalked that up to like the one man. I already made it very evident who I think got the ability to possibly beat him. And he said he might fight him. And that's Bivol, because Bivol got the IQ. Bivol move east to west, find good placement with find good placement with his shots. He a real good boxer, puncher, strong with his punch, never really get too out of place, you know what I'm saying? Nowhere where to put his foot in. Better Beef could outstrength him, but I don't know though, man. I don't know. Cause I seen Better Beef get clipped real mean early by Callum Johnson. Not saying that's the story, but I think Canelo got a lot more grit than Vosdick, man. I think what Canelo do, I think Canelo got a little bit more. He a little harder than Vosdick. Like, Better be one-dimensional, man. Like, and him and Bivol fight, Bivol gonna make him Bivol gonna make him earn it. And that's what you want to see out of great fighters, man. You just want to see a nigga like really have to earn that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck all the politics, all the bullshit to the side. You know the nigga's a good fighter. You just want to see the nigga like really, really test it. You know what I'm saying? Come up out of it, make his bones, and then, you know what I'm saying, put all the bullshit to bed. Boxing Monster, salute. Sliding counter, what's goody? Yeah, man, and that's the thing, man. A lot of these niggas come in here, man, and these niggas get up in that joint. I don't know if this nigga hitting them niggas that hard or what. He definitely hitting them that hard. But these niggas get up in that joint, man, they want to paw the jab, play around with a couple shots, because he's smacking them niggas with some straight thunder in their motherfucking ribs, all up in their guts and shit, hooking off on them niggas upstairs. Them niggas don't even really want to punch for real. You can look at the fight and just see the nigga was just scared, man. Like he took whatever confidence that nigga had, like, the moment he got in the ring. Like, I don't know why niggas surprised. Crazy thing is, right, there was a free poll on DraftKings, right? Pick all these different rounds, who gonna throw the most jabs, who gonna throw the most haymakers and all of that shit. Man, I got all 8 of them motherfuckers right, man. And it ain't even like it would take a rocket scientist to do that, but it's like, you look at that fight, right? And if you're a gambling man, if you want some parlay shit or whatever, you don't get your money on that fight. Cause he was gonna get beat up, man. I knew it, man. Like, they knocked I don't know how Caleb gonna come back after that one. That one hurt. Cause he got all the belts now. And he gonna walk right up out the door, swoop up, get right back on the zone, move around, and take some more one-offs, knocking niggas out, getting more money. I'm just happy he stuck them boys, man. He stuck them boys, man. Salute, all it was goody. Canelo went real bad boy. He went real P. Diddy with it. Stuck them boys for the belts and the paper and got up out of there, man. But the PBC needed that bad. They ain't want to do that shit at all. They would have cuffed that motherfucker IBF like this. No bullshit. They would have hugged that bitch. There wouldn't have been no such thing as undisputed. He'd have been hugging that motherfucker the whole way. That nigga Caleb Plant would have been knocking off motherfucking Oscar Mayer-Weenies for the next 3 years for that, holding that IBF title. As long as Canelo going to sit at 168, they going to motherfucking do all the dodgeball movements around that shit. That nigga, that's why I told niggas, man, that motherfucker was not confident, man. Like, you couldn't think you was going in that motherfucking ring to do anything other than, you know what I'm saying, put up a valiant effort. Like, come on, man. Like, y'all, like, come on, let's be serious. Caleb Plant knew he sold that motherfucking IBF title off. He sold that IBF title off to the highest bidder. But the smart thing about this motherfucker was David Benavidez ain't had that shit no more. So it wasn't like Al Heyman or anybody was going to try to push that bullshit on him to where they could try to make him have that fight for less money. Because let's be serious, business is business. More danger, less money, wouldn't have been the output. Man, no matter how they try to turn it 2-3 fights and milk the deal out of it, man, that nigga knew he couldn't win that fight, man. He sold that IBF belt off to the highest bidder. And that's cool because in his mind, he got beat the fuck up, uppercut, knocked the fuck out, hit with a hook, dropped, mollywop, looking real crazy, came out with a little bag or whatever, just got married, beautiful family and all that. Shout out to all that. But this boxing, man, he gonna take that fucking 11 rounds, and he gonna look at it like, yo, I won 11 rounds. I learned a lot from this shit, bop, 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 and try to come back. Chinello, salute. I mean, I don't know. It's all on what you consider doing well. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not hating on the man, but I don't think he did well. I think he got his ass whooped round by round. There was no round where he was convincingly good. He hit him with a couple of good shots, but I mean, shit, anybody can do that. He was out of his element. And when you like look at the nigga career, man. Look at how they try to package this shit, man. He sold that belt, man. Can't nobody tell me no different, man. He sold that belt. All that tough Tony shit he was talking, man, come on, man. Miss me with all of that, man. We know what it is. Them dudes, as long as the way boxing politics have been and the way we've been witnessing it, all of a sudden, they gonna do a one-off for all of them, run it, and think that dude got a chance to win. Come on, man. Come, y'all. I don't care. I don't care how you try to package that brick up and sell it, man. You're not gonna get me to buy that bullshit. I just think it's funny, man. Network won. Everybody won, except Caleb. He kind of won, but he sold that belt, man. Like, he just, like, you just don't feed it. Like, come on, man. Look at how they move. Look at how they always move their fighters. And then you really tell they just go just chop this dude up after fighting Vincent Feigenboots, Mike Lee and them boys, package him up. He only been fighting like one time a year. He fight Caleb Truax and just look crazy. And Caleb Truax stepped in on behalf of a dude that was passing out trying to make weight. So you package all that shit and they just throw this dude up in there with that 168-pound belt, man. He sold that shit for some bread. Sit around waiting on the opportunity. Man, look, man, Al wasn't against that one. They had to, man. They had to. Somebody got to get some money. And it's going to be off the back of Caleb playing scalp tonight. What do you think about bum-ass T.O. bringing them back? I saw that shit. I saw that shit too. I know he said, what you think about T.O. bum-ass bringing them belts to the fight? Talking two Latinos, undisputed. When he ain't on the list, riding Canelo away. Man, listen, man. You can't say Devin Haney bring his WBC belt everywhere with him. When you bring all four of your titles, well, all three of your titles in your imaginary French fry belt to this man fight, it's not even a fucking top rank event. Like, that's the worst part. It wasn't even a top rank event, and he just toting them shits. You brought them shits out the car. What you said at the fight with them shits on your waist the whole time and shit like that? Couple on his shoulder, couple on his waist and shit. Fuck type time he on, man. Like, you can't make this shit up, man. I'm trying to tell you. You can't make this shit up, bro. I'm trying to tell you. You can't make it up. Oh, yeah. Like I said, he sold that thing like a good boy. He had them motherfuckers tucked. Like, yo, he coming this bitch. I didn't even let him come inside the motherfucking arena like that, man. Why they even let him in the Garden Arena like that, man? Like, you brought them bullshit, like, man, it's like for real, yo. Real motherfucking champs want to be like, man, take that shit and get that shit the fuck up out of here, man. Like, for real, yo. Real champs want to be like, man, little nigga, take that shit, get that shit the fuck up out of here, man. I'm just saying. That's what real champs want to do. He brought that shit. What this nigga had 4 suitcases? What, he carried 2, his dad carried 1, and his girl carried the other one? You know that nigga daddy complaining and shit. He ain't carrying 2 suitcases. He had to, because his daddy, look, his daddy carrying 1, his daddy carrying 2 of them Jones, and he got that little franchise joint. He got that little franchise joint. He throw up over his shoulder and shit. The green joint that drape around the shit. That look like one of them belts from the 80s that big bitches be wearing and shit with the 2-piece suits. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Bitch look like a little Kummer bunny wearing on his shoulder and shit. He carrying that motherfucker. All of them carrying them shits. This shit crazy. I can't believe that nigga did that shit, man. You can't, that's like the biggest sucker move I ever seen. Then the bad thing is, it's like, it's like this nigga taking the picture. I don't even think Canelo really wanted to take that shit for real, man. Like, I don't even really think Canelo wanted to take that shit. Cause like that shit ain't really mean nothing to like Canelo for real. He like, nigga, you from Honduras. That shit don't even count. He like, nigga, you from Honduras. That shit don't even count. The fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. Fuck is wrong with it, man? Like, come on, bruh. Like, for real, yo. Like, Canelo talking to everybody else except this nigga, man. Like, you up there with, like, you got 2 of them. Like, what the fuck? Like, somebody help me figure this shit out. So what the fuck is the sole purpose of the second one? Like, why you carrying around 2 of them motherfuckers, man? Like, what's the sole purpose of the second one? He just carrying around 2 of them shits. Yo, this dude is killing me, man. He is really killing me. What's wrong with him? I heard it was T.O.'s dad that snuck the belts in prison style. He probably did a couple rubbers and some Vaseline. Shit. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that one, say that one for another episode. And G.O. Pops was just talking shit about Canelo not too long ago. Yo, these niggas is like real life, man. Look, man. These niggas like, look, I could put together a whole like video showing y'all these niggas like eating on nuts like fucking planners, man. Like, they on big nuts planners. Like, Mauricio Suleiman, like before them niggas even ever was going for the franchise belt, they sucking up to this man, like his dad talking about he know why he did it and all of this stuff. I'm like, yo, for real. Like, they the epitome of somebody who like, they not gonna admit it, but this shit like validate they whole life. Now, don't get it twisted. Like, you a champion boxer. You supposed to have some type of status with that shit. But you not supposed, like, that shit, like, on some real shit, he know he ain't nothing without that. He don't feel like nothing without it for real. His daddy gotta have that shit like a drug and everything that come with it. So it don't matter who ass he gotta kiss, 1 million, 4 million, 8 million, whatever million, like he willing to talk that weird shit. Like, I don't understand it, because you can see it though. Like, you really can see it. And like when you doing like super goofball shit like that, man, like, come on, man. Come on, man. I ain't gotta say too much, man. They doing it to themselves, man. But people, like, when I be saying shit, like, people just be like, oh, you hating. I don't hate on them. It's just like, yo, how can you not? I come from a certain type of place, man. So I look at people a certain way. And if you can't see the certain type of funny ways in certain people, I can't help you. You going to eventually find out. But I'm telling you, niggas are some goofy dudes, man. You can have all the titles in the world. It don't stop you from being a goofy motherfucker, man. When you win defend a title, you get 2 belts. One is the official belt, one is the property commission. One is a trophy for you to keep to your belt, both and pretend he has a full title. See, but nah, man. One of them joints, remember when Mauricio pulled, I understand that don't ask me, but remember when Mauricio pulled the okie doke, he gave him a franchise joint, he gave him a WBC franchise and a WBC world title on the night and shit. I really think he carrying them shits around like, man, this dude is something else, man. I can't make no sense of this type of behavior, man. Like, he's a real funny cat, man. Like, he's a real funny cat. And then they contradict themselves time and time again. But I'm the one that's bugging out. I'm bugging out. And you catch these dudes contradicting themselves time and time again. It's like, man, get them dudes a rope in a couple of days. I promise you, you come back from your little short-ass weekend vacation, them niggas is going to be dead. Justin Trouble, salute. They don't know, like, little mama JC with not the little mama. Come on, man. Not the New York performance at the MTVA. What was it? The movie awards, the music awards. What, Jay-Z and Alicia Keys or some shit like that. Little mama ran up on that joint, try to steal their whole moment and shit. T.O. did that shit. T.O. little mama for real? God. Hey, man. Leave it to y'all to come up with some real savage shit, though. That shit is hilarious. That is really hilarious, man. T.O. confused. That's what you do at wrestling events, not boxing fights. Man, look, man. I've never met a champion quite like this guy, man. I've never met a dude quite like him and his dad, man. It was like, yo, like his dad the type of nigga where it's like, he the type, like, yo, on my life, man. His dad really is the type of dude, I swear to God, like if you know him back in the neighborhood, he's the nigga that you know is gonna come and always ask you to borrow some money, but you know not to give it to that nigga because you ain't never gonna get it back. He ain't gonna answer the phone. Like you catch up with him and shit. He gonna act like like y'all niggas been chilling all week, like y'all the best of friends. He ain't gonna bring up the money not one time. And you gonna stick around him for a minute too, just to make him uncomfortable, just to see how long he gonna go without addressing the money. You might be out there all night with that nigga. So you know if you give him some bread, you just doing it out the kindness of your heart, because you ain't never gonna see it again. Like, Junior Lopez is that dude you know not to give a $20 bill, yo. He is that nigga you know not to give a $10 bill. He's that nigga that you give $2 just to get him the fuck away from you, yo. So you don't get on your fucking nerves. Like that nigga, I promise you, man, he is definitely that let me hold something type of dude. Look at him, bro. Look at that dude, man. Look at how he move, man. This motherfucker, 4 million. Man, I'm going to fight for $4 million, $8 million, $10 million, $3 million, $1 million. Man, I had to ask him for some money. Man, I ain't going to, we broke. We ain't fighting for free. We got all the belts. Like, yo, my guy, what's wrong with you, man? I'm trying to figure it out. I ain't trying to parlay and pry all up in the man business or nothing like that. I just find it funny that I don't know. It must just be me, man. But he's definitely that nigga that you just give him some bread knowing that you're not gonna give it back. It's just like, yo, it almost like, yo, it pissed you off that he asked you to borrow some money because you know he not gonna pay you back. So you would rather the motherfucker just ask you to have it and shit because you guys you go so far back with the dudes, you just like, man, it just piss you off, man. Just ask me for the shit, bruh. Fuck out of here, man. No cap, though. I'm telling you. He just remind me of that dude, man. Like you see how he switched up, like Bill popped up. Remember how Bill popped up on the episode and shit like that? Man, nobody want to fight Devin Haney. Devin Haney pricing himself out. That motherfucker fight King Kong or some shit. Like that. He's like, what, man? I'm like, oh, you don't want to fight him? Blah, 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 blah. He's like, why? Because he ain't shit. Then his pops come up there. Man, Bill, I rock fake Rolexes, Bill. We would love to fight your son, man. But he's a baby. We're all babies. Like, fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. You saying the nigga ain't, you just said this nigga wasn't shit 2 minutes ago. I heard you. Now everybody babies and shit. Since when the fuck did we get reduced from motherfucking Nathan's hot dogs to goddamn Gerber fucking baby food? Fucking weird ass dude. This nigga's funny, man. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. Niggas saying like Bill did him dirty in some way, but in my mind, I'm like this. You know the character of that dude. Y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all know the character of that dude. So just because you got a newfound like interest in what he got going on, because he planned it a certain way, you can't forget that dude is still that dude. So I just encourage people, because I don't have a problem with dude. I call him, I'm going to tell a nigga he's fully aware who he is. You know what I'm saying? He's harmless, you know what I mean? I don't got no problem with dude. Wish him all the success in the world. But you know that dude is that dude. So if anybody gonna get in some, if it's gonna be if somebody gonna feel some type of way towards him, per se Bill, maybe, then you can't be fucking surprised, man. Like, and I'm not here to pick no sides. I don't know neither one of these niggas from Adam, but I know the tendencies of one nigga compared to another one. So if I'm going to give somebody so much of a benefit of the doubt, I mean, we got to look at the tendencies of both individuals here and ask ourselves, like, man, like, what could it possibly be? You know what I'm saying? It's got to be something. It can't just be for nothing. It can't just be for nothing. That's all I'm saying, y'all. It can't just be for nothing. Man, I just think that's all, like, yo, Pigeon, salute, man. I just think that's just like physically impossible, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I just think that's just like physically impossible, bro. Maybe I'm bugging. I just think that's physically like anybody could do anybody dirty. But this is like, come on, bro. We're not talking about just like, you know, your typical normal everyday mentally consistent individual. Like, am I missing something here? I'm not begging or nothing. I'm just keeping it 100 with y'all. We just having the conversation. And it got brought up. Can no look, man. If anyone like look, you can't. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's all on what y'all consider backstabbing and shit. I look at backstabbing as something completely different. If like, I guarantee, if we ask them niggas, if he ever done been in the same room with that nigga, had a meal with him, like been through some shit with him, what's backstabbing for real? And the rest, like, I don't know, man. I'm different. Tell me Pigeon Mike Tyson. That shit sound funny as shit. These fucking names, man. Martin Ramos salute. It's always gonna be a one-sided story too. And it's gonna be a whole lot of animation. It's gonna be real animated too. I think, I don't know. I know. Man, come on, man. We all know how H Money is, man. Stop cut the crap, man. I'm too high. I'm too high to let y'all motherfuckers play with me like this. I'm too high to let y'all play with me like this. We all know H Money. Cut the crap. That shit like how many niggas do H talk about though? He probably put himself in some real. He probably put himself in. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It ain't my situation. Hold on, I'm gonna mute this till my phone stop ringing. All right, bet. It's fucking like I don't know, like you gotta think when a nigga want to be like a nigga like H Money be going out his way, like you see H Money team Teofimo Lopez now, right? Now ask yourself the way he riding for Teofimo Lopez and shit right now, based on that he not fucking with or Bill not fucking with him no more, whatever. How far you think he gonna get with sucking Junior off the way he's sucking Junior off? For T.O., you know what I'm saying, success and shit like that. What does he really think that he's going to benefit? Because this nigga do shit like that. He's always done it. So, and then when he find out that the gravy train ain't what in somewhere in his mind what he think it's going to be, what then? Is Junior going to be the Junior fuck him over too and say that's going to happen? Because I mean, look at the track record of shit that be happening. Would Junior be the one to fuck him over? Would Teofimo be the one to fuck him over? And I'm sure they're gonna have like, cause the man goes like real like Bieber fan club hard for the niggas like that he tries to push his movement through for whatever agendas be. Niggas be having agendas, man. That's what dudes be doing. And I mean, I'm not gonna act like that dude don't do that. So I'm waiting for when it's Junior Lopez turn and Teofimo turn. Cause it's gonna be that too. Shit, Ace Money and gangs from LA. Now hiding somewhere in the deep south. I heard I don't know nothing about that, man. I don't know his affiliation in these neighborhoods. I'm on neighborhood watch where I'm at, man. I'm on neighborhood watch community, man. I'm on a neighborhood watch community. I'm on the neighborhood watch committee back home, man. I got a flashlight, all that shit. That's what he do. That's what he do. And that's why it's gonna be another situation like that. It's all about, man, what boxer can I go stupid air horn for, try to push him through my channel, go real wild, go ape shit on Fred if I gotta go ape shit on Fred, Drew Titan, uh uh all of his favorite old homeboys, 69 Sports, um, Dante's Barbershop, all of them dudes, Blue Blood, all them dudes. Like, which one of these dudes do I gotta go ape shit on right now? And then keep hollering Tiafimo, or say it was Devin Haney at the time, or whatever boxer it's gonna be. And which one of these motherfuckers, and which way am I gonna prosper for that shit? And then if it don't go the way I'm going, then if it don't go the way I want that shit to go, or the way I see that shit in my mind and shit, them niggas out of pocket. Man, I ain't new to this shit, man. I know how niggas be with this shit. Like, we done seen it in action before. Like, wasn't he was Deontay Wilder. He fucked with Wilder, didn't he? Now that nigga going crazy on Barbershop every night, consistent. Team Haney spokesman, fucking all types of shit every night. Nigga had a chop for that shit every night. And that shit just built a shit. Niggas could disregard all of the whatever he might have done that might have been a little outlandish because it fit that narrative at the time. So people pay attention to what they want to pay attention to. How you feel about T.O. trying to attach himself to Canelo like he's undisputed also? Oh yeah, we was just laughing about that shit for like the whole like 30 minutes and some change, man. We wild laughing about that shit. It's like you bringing them Kmart motherfucking them Kmart laminated motherfucking boxing titles and shit like that, my nigga, like acting like, you know what I'm saying, you somewhere sit on that stage. It's like, bro, you don't even know what it's like to look at a crowd like that and motherfuckers actually be there for you in that way. He ain't even there yet. This nigga a top ranked fighter. He called himself a star and he fighting on the zone. Then this is crazy shit. How stupid. This just show you how stupid Junior Lopez and T.O. is right here, right? Motherfuckers can call me a hater or whatever. Once again, I'm just being realistic. How stupid could you be? Y'all motherfuckers go all the way out on a limb talking y'all gonna get this $8 million in Australia shit, fighting Cambosis, all this wild nut ass shit. Triller come in. Nobody know Triller gonna put in the 6. Boom. Bop, bop. That's all good. Then, when you realize a nigga can't sell in the States and all that, what these motherfuckers try to do, they try to move the shit over to Australia. This nigga throw a hissy fit. He don't want to do it. But that's where you initially was going to get 8 million. So this is where this nigga comes full circle being 100% a jackass. In the end of everything, you still end up re-signing with Top Rank, contract extension, based off of what grounds do it make you do something like that? That would be something that's conducive to the well-being of your career. Then not only that, you still end up fighting on the zone, and niggas only put up like 3 million plus. So you still made about the same amount of money that motherfucking Top Rank was willing to offer your motherfucking super goofy asses anyway. Cause the niggas only gonna put up like 2 million for you. They offered you 2 million. At the end of it, after Eddie chopped that shit up, pay Cambosis what he gonna get. After you get what you gonna get, everybody get hit off. My nigga, you only made $2 million. A couple, nigga, it's no way around it. How much money is this nigga gonna get? Eddie only put up like 4 million, and I might be stretching it. I might be stretching it even saying that. So after all of that wild ass motherfucking monkey flipping, monkey wrenching shit that was going on that y'all was doing, that shit didn't pay off for y'all in no way, shape, or form. Y'all just look crazy. So salute to you. You know what I'm saying? Niggas think they know it all. See, this is where it comes to when you're a fighter, like boosting your profile is just monster important. And I mean, not like just boosting your profile in the sense of just fighting this person, fighting that person, because business and dog gotta like work well with one another at the same time. Like you gotta be an active fighter, but at the same time, you gotta look pretty when you need to look pretty against the fighters you need to look pretty against. And you gotta make them shits like some of them dudes can't just be just certain competitors. Like I don't give a fuck. Nobody's gonna like who's Masaroshi Nakatani to the entire casual world. Like niggas is not nobody's really checking for that. Richard Comey, let's be serious. Like the world's not really checking for that. So, you know, the world wasn't even really checking for Lomachenko. Ask himself. It's hard for him to fucking sell tickets on that level. So building your profile to where you come a marketable star to where he ain't understanding that leap that he tried to take, he out here putting himself in a position to burn more bridges, then it'll work out for him when it really come in handy. So just stupid shit in the long run. Yeah, man, cause look, at the end of the day, every nigga gonna lose. Every nigga gonna lose. Well, I mean, if boxing really what boxing's supposed to be, everybody gonna lose. I don't care, right, wrong, and different, man. Look, shit, Canelo beating on niggas' asses. Canelo beat on somebody's ass. Joshua beat on somebody's ass. Joshua beat on somebody's ass. Any of them. Because at the end of the day, shit, as long as they going out and they performing and they doing what they supposed to do, what the fuck else supposed to matter anyway? I don't think anything else even matter. Well, for me, it don't. It's like, shit, where that nigga go from here, though? If I'm saying, no. Each one up in the middle of the night. Would you tighten on the other line? Man, shit, I don't know what anybody would do. I don't know what anybody would do, man. Shit. Beats the fuck out of me. I I ain't putting that much thought into it, honestly. Detail, what's goody? Mark, what's popping with you? So at the end of the day, man, you just gotta motherfucking pay. You just gotta root for the sport. There ain't no favorites. There ain't no sides. Look, if T.O. So what's T? So now they talking about. So why here after T.O. fight who is it? After T.O. fights Cambosis, why Bob Arum talking about fighting Tank Davis? Anybody hear that? And then I heard something else about the fight last night too. I mean, the fight on Saturday night. I heard who the fuck? I heard who did somebody said Earl Spence flicked off fight hype or flicked off somebody camera some shit last night. Mad about the outcome? Was he mad about the outcome of the fight or some shit like that? Anybody know something about that? D. Jefferson used to call me about some CO bullshit all the time. I temporary call block his ass. Hey man, look, motherfucking like niggas will put niggas will make it very clear who they boy is and shit like that, man. That shit gonna get you nicked up in boxing, man. You claiming all of this, oh, this is my favorite guy, bop, 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 bop. I'm like, man, look, man, that shit, that shit don't go that deep with me. Man, there's only a couple of RA dudes for real, that like that sit on a level of greatness and deserve they mention for real, for real. Know they, you know what I'm saying? Know they really built like that. Not really many. And other than that, I'm not really trying to herald too much. Cause that heralding shit and shit like that, that shit make you look real crazy when you got a channel. Putting so much emphasis into one dude. Like it's some niggas who hold image derived off of one character. And if that dude crash and burn, or he get played out in the media in some odd way, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Something like, man, you gotta stop. Niggas gotta stop making it to where some people just infallible. If you got boxers infallible and you got a channel, that shit gonna get your head bust in the long run. I promise you that. Spence was there, back on the bottle. Man, Spence ain't never leave the bottle. I try to tell niggas, man, that whole fucking like, niggas gotta understand. That whole horse and chicken and all of that bullshit, man, that shit was nothing but, that shit was for some court shit, man. Say, to avoid it, like let's call a spade a spade. There's no way he didn't get some type of charge from that shit. So if he talking all of this, I got the ranch, I got the horse and this and that, bop, 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 bop. Man, I'm sure motherfucker Al Heyman advised that man, like, look, yo, Earl, this is what you need to do. You need to go ahead and get this motherfucking ranch. We're gonna lease this motherfucker, whatever. Get this joint for a couple of months, man. The motherfucking horses don't even gotta be yours. Chickens ain't gotta be yours. Nothing. Get you settled down over here. Get you on some rehabilitated on the right track shit. You got a good, nobody got hurt. So this is how we can balance this out. Look, man, just give us this, man, and then just rehabilitate through the sport and just use this, man. Man, all that shit, man, all of that sitting on the farm on the horse in front of the animals and shit, man, that shit look good. It just looked like you on some rehabilitation shit. If you just on a farm, my nigga, like, I don't know what it is about being around fucking farm animals and horses and shit like that. It just make you look like you just a proper individual who do the right type of shit, or you just on the way back to doing certain type of shit. Guess it's nature or whatever, but that's all that shit was. It's nothing more than an act, man. That's all that shit was, man. He on some, I'm trying to avoid trying to like get mixed up in some real core shit. I know that for a fact. So that nigga been sipping the whole time. He was on the ranch sipping. He fucking at every fight sipping. Yellow Beezy kissing and a whole lot of big bottle sipping, man. That shit never wasn't going nowhere. Like, yo, you can't, like, I don't know why niggas think that these niggas is be like on some they rehabilitated overnight shit. That's that shit they try to package us up, roll that shit up and try to get us to smoke it. Nah, fuck that. I like to get high off something else. You know what I'm saying? These dudes are so flawed, and with these boxes that we have now, they just really conditioned just to be some fucked up individuals. And believe it or not, you know, given the circumstances of the people who watch over their career and sign their checks, man, they benefit from that as well. So they comfortable with them fucking up, you know what I'm saying, on the job, because all it does to them is indebted them in certain type of ways. You gotta remember, man, boxing still that old fashioned business to where it's like, yo, you get fucked up a little bit. All right, man, like, let's be serious. Fighters still live a certain type of lifestyle. They didn't really cash in no real money yet. So it's just like, okay, yeah, I got this, boom, 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 racked up the Ferrari, ran this up. I need to do this. Let me hold this bread. You know, he was getting handouts and stipends and all of that. So, you know, that's a good way to keep you reeled in, keep you controlled. You know what I'm saying? It's like controlled chaos, man. Like they end up on the chaotic end of the spectrum, and that money and that infrastructure end up, you know what I mean, keeping control of their careers, man. So, man, that dude, he probably wired in for some whole different shit we don't even know about. Like I just look at Errol Spence right now. Like I look at Errol Spence like if there ever was the epitome of a flawed company man, that's and what I mean by company man is somebody who's going to abide by all the terms of whatever the company lay out for him from here on out, from oppositions to curveballs or whatever. He's going to be that guy. He like he don't have he don't have what they trying to portray it out to be. What they trying to make this nigga out like his circumstances are. They ain't really like that. Tank Davis, all of them dudes, man. All of them dudes is in crippling circumstances for real. Them dudes is like and all of them right now, they on real mean tightrope. So you know them dudes is they towing the line like they real company dudes right now. Like, you know, Tank, he got that big ass case with that hit and run and all of that shit. Man, all of these dudes flipping exotic cars and hitting people and injuring people and doing all of that shit, man. And I'm telling you, it's something real wicked be going on with them dudes. Charlo tried to embarrass her in front of his girl. That's Charlo type behavior. Charlo, this nigga, like, he remind me of that one dude that swept him down, he loose cannon and shit like that. He the motherfucker he the one nigga that he'll get you into some real serious trouble, right? But as soon as you get locked up and y'all in the back of the car, he the first one crying. He crying and shit. Whole way to the police station, this nigga crying. That's Charlo. Might not be, might fight you, might, you know what I'm saying? Might do all of that wild shit. But soon as he get in trouble, nigga crying like a little girl. Like he don't never think about the repercussions and like to his actions and shit like that. He that motherfucker that's gonna do some dumb shit first and then think second. So catch him in public, like like look at his other twin brother. You know what I'm saying? Like they say twins operate like, man. So shit. That shit probably ain't beyond that, man. Ain't like I ain't never seen him out in public tripping. Man, you know them dudes, man. Them dudes, man. They going, man, I'm telling you, that this might be probably one of the most really, really like most unfortunate errors in boxing from 100 and I'd say 126 all the way to 168 pounds. Real shit. It's like if you think about all of the people, like the type of specimens you got from 100 and 126 all the way up to 168, how many motherfuckers played around with it? Ain't really, you know what I'm saying, really do nothing with it. Uh, add up their activity over the course of the time they was there. Um, measure them amongst their peers, as we would do in any great sport, in the same way that they do it in when it comes to career statistics in football, basketball, baseball, hockey, European football, things of that nature. Just add all of these dudes up against and stack them up against their peers, and it probably be a real unfortunate look. Man, Spence ain't never gonna fight that dude, man. The only time Spence will get a look, the only way Bud to get a hold of Spence is if they They cashed in on their investment. If they not ready to cash in on their investment and say, yo, Errol Spence ain't nothing but a liability, used goods, you know what I'm saying? We tried to market them. We only gonna get so far with them. Don't project the numbers. There's only so much, you know what I'm saying, glitter you can probably try to sprinkle on the tail end of this fairy tale. Gotta ship him out. That'd be the only way, you know, they'll throw that nigga Earl. But unless they do some shit like that, I don't see them doing no shit like that. They going, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that want to go. It's a lot of people that want to bet on this nigga, man. Like low key, and it ain't the motherfuckers who really be buying boxing like that. It's the motherfuckers who like to sell boxing the side story, like probably got identity politics and shit like that. Type motherfuckers who always want to go to the net, argue about the niggas on the Twitter sphere and shit like that. But that's how they gonna move them around, man. A lot of people benefit off this nigga Earl in that sense, man. They think this dude is the last hope to PBC, man. Like Luke Skywalker is the Star Wars and some shit like that. Like they think this nigga Earl Spence really is like some people really think this dude really is what they think he is. I'm trying to figure out how did he amass this level of, you know what I'm saying, like I don't know, man. I can't call it an invincibility, but it's something, man. It's kind of like what Deontay Wilder got a little bit, but he actually got something there. So, you know what I'm saying? You can't really put him there. You damn sure can't put him there. He a unified champion, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, what I mean is, man, he wasn't never really as good as motherfuckers thought he was. And he always sat, no matter on who pound for pound it was, in like the number 6 spot. So for me, I'm just like, man, I don't know what it is by how people. I don't know why this nigga got like he's so bulletproof like that with some people. Like I don't see it. I never saw it. Like that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of motherfuckers that, and the crazy shit is about that shit. All the motherfuckers will argue that shit till they blue in the face, right? They're like, oh, he's a bigger dude. He's at 147 right now. And you want to know what be one of their legitimate excuses are? And they'll try to throw that shit around because like they heard motherfuckers on somewhat legitimate channel say some shit like this. They like, well, motherfuckers really feel like he being weight drained at 147 anyway, so we need to get up to 154. Shit, Spence probably got to walk around weight about 180, 185 pounds. So shit, we fight Canelo at 160, 160, maybe 158 pound catch weight or something like that. Who's to say Spence can't beat him? I'm trying to tell you these niggas is going to use that and try to verse that narrative. Because when niggas are saying like, yo, talking about his knockout power, to try to transition that shit to be like, yo, Spence could fucking, in some way, shape, or form, fight and have a chance against this dude, Canelo. It's like they really see that. Like, they like really see this dude, like whatever they heard about happening at the Mayweather gym with this dude, in some way they really think this dude has that. Like, he ain't never been that, man. And if anybody think that he was in that joint beating on Floyd in the gym, man, pre-car accident, post-car accident, before he even dreamed of even fucking being in a fucking Ferrari car accident, man, you fucking smoking crack, man. Ain't no fucking way, man. I still be watching new footage of Floyd, damn near 40 fucking 4 years old, beat the shit out these young niggas in the ring, man. Like really make them look bad. Like putting out spawn footage and fucking these young niggas that's going out to fucking fight on Saturday night and shit up, fucking these niggas up. So they nigga think Earl, like, man, these dudes think Earl just, you know what it is, man. He and clearly they got some type of faith in him because you can crash through a Ferrari window bounce your motherfucking teeth all off the fucking pavement, lose all of them shits, come back with some real Jolly Mr. Rogers fucking white picket fence type shit in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Only thing that bitch missing is a motherfucking padlock. And you know what I'm saying? Come back and fight a fucking slow fucking beat, never done anything at 147 pounds, Danny Garcia, and motherfuckers like in this world really believe that you in some way, shape, or form add up on the pound for pound list. Like I really should be arguing back and forth with some of these motherfuckers that Errol Spence in some way measure up to Terrence Crawford. I'm like, are you motherfuckers like really listen to this shit? Do a sound fuck like do it even registers? Like niggas really that dumb? That's why I'm just like, man, you can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this shit up. Motherfuckers like, yo, niggas be talking about Canelo. Like, and then here's the thing. How the fuck can you even talk about like Errol Spence fighting the Canelo, but you ain't even comfortable enough to have the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford conversation? Like niggas would be so quick to try to get him there and shit like that. Like, oh, y'all motherfuckers hope this nigga do some real serious Buck Rogers teleporting on some 1,000-mile-per-hour type shit, getting the fuck up out of here type shit when it comes to Bud. Like, or try to say anything about his career, numbers or whatever. But when it come to Canelo, y'all rush this motherfucker 7 motherfucking hero sandwiches up the motherfucking scale or some shit like that to get him to see him get all the way Kell Brook. Meat tenderized, beat the fuck up, never left the same again. Only thing left on the scene was them big ass fucking teeth he had in his mouth. Like niggas is a trip, man. Niggas is a trip. Like, yo, niggas watch this nigga go like, yo, you know boxing fucked up when niggas go watch Errol fight Mikey Garcia. It's like Slim. Did you look at the press conference? Did you see the size of this nigga compared to this little nigga? Like, if you ever watched boxing before, you already know the law averages and all of that shit don't even add up. So you mean to tell me we gonna watch this big ass motherfucking nigga right here fight this little ass nigga? Where the fuck is this motherfucking like where the fuck is this dude? Where the fuck did he leave his muscles, man? Like, did he leave his muscles in the car on his way to the fucking weigh-in? Did he leave his motherfucking muscles in the motherfucking, did he leave his muscles at the gym? Like, are they somewhere left in the bag? Is it going to be some magic trick that he just like pump that shit up like a Lex Luger doll and shit that you be wrestling in your house back in the day on some fucking World Wrestling Federation type shit? Like, what the fuck is really going on here where people spending their money? You go look at this little fat motherfucker with the warm body, with the stomach defined like a body of warm, like a bowl of warm potato salad and shit like this. And we go and watch this motherfucker, and then niggas giving them real kudos talking about his boxing acumen. I'm like, yo, this nigga only had like what, 7 motherfucking 8 inches of reach on this nigga, stood tall as fuck over this dude. Motherfucking his whole arm was like half of this nigga body, and y'all talking about his boxing acumen. What the fuck did Mikey Garcia do other than sit out that bitch and shell the fuck up with that soft ass stomach he had, because he had to sit up there and fucking punish carnitas and all type of tacos and taquitos and shit like that on his way to trying to building up some type of fake bloated ass weight to make this shit, you know what I'm saying, even somewhat a possibility. The motherfucker ate all the food in the fucking world and still couldn't even weigh 147 pounds. This nigga came in that bitch 145. Then he fights fucking what? Jesse Vargas after that on that big drawn out card that almost put me to sleep on the zone. And this motherfucker still couldn't even weigh 147 pounds for that. So it's just like when I be listening to like niggas in their conversations and when they talk about dudes and these so-called killer profiles and shit like that, it's just like, my dude, I don't see it. Where's it at? The only killer profile this nigga got is when he met one-on-one with the motherfucking pavement, the Ferrari, all of that wild shit, new teeth and all of that shit, man. Shit just crazy to me, man. Boxing is just a weird space. I don't know. I'm just high. And just Errol Spence is a trigger for me or something, for some reason, man. I said a lot of these elite fighters in their mid-30s, they might go a whole career without a mega fight. You remember for a legacy. That's crazy for all this dodge. And that's what I'm saying. They gonna go their whole life without that defining fight, because here's the thing, bro. Like, some niggas is just not fortunate enough to have that guy that might appeal on some level in their era while they moving and through their time trying to find their way in this whole media marketing thing and touching the lives of people as a champion and stuff like that, having people gravitate to you, city put you on their back. That type of love, that type of following that moves with you every time you move is just surge of energy, kind of on some flash mob shit. Like some dudes is just not really ever fortunate enough to get that because they don't have somebody sitting next to them in that weight class or in a weight class above. They can chase and say, yo, I could have just beat this dude and it just defines me in a pretty prolific level. Like, and to sit there and have that right now and to just like piss that shit away, like it means absolutely nothing to the culture and to the conversations, because mainly at the end of the day, when you look on the pantheons, like when you look back on the greatest in boxing and look at all of the great history of boxing, that shit plays out. It's a story. So if they've never given you that, and all you have is they talking points and shit like that, then it's like really, then what do you have at that point? So it's like so at that you would have to look at the shit and say, well, in a lot of ways the practice really did die, because what weight class had that defining fight of this era to push them? Like, and 147 to 147, 154, 135, 26, 30. None of these weight classes ever really had that problem. And you if this is going to be a continuing trend, like they all going to die broke. And I hope that they took some type of business classes and really, really, really got on their grind and focus on they focus on some type of life after boxing, because you're not like you ain't on your De La Hoya shit. Um, Hagler worked real hard to get to to the point to where he could retire with the type of money he had. Um, Tyson, all of them dudes and shit. You see how they money fell, and they really had the money. So imagine if you one of these niggas and you spending like they spending now, and them niggas ain't never had no Holyfield, no Holyfield Tysons, no Holyfield Lewis's, no Sugar Ray Haglers, no Sugar Ray Hearns, no fuck a two, three, one, whatever the case may be. Fuck even going, you know what I'm saying, to even have a rematch or anything. Like these dudes don't have one. So imagine the aftermath of their so-called careers, because I'm looking at you right now, I'm telling you straight in the face, Tank Davis isn't a smart individual. That motherfucker couldn't make it in business. That motherfucker will need to help me all through his motherfucking life, because I swear to God, that boy is dumber than a box of rocks. Like boxing is literally his only saving grace. So the way he moving, God forbid, motherfucker, somebody get a hold of this nigga and like try to guide him right, because he definitely gonna need help. Hella illiterate. Uh, and the rest of these dudes just ain't having the fights. So I asked if them niggas was 100 million type dudes, Sugar Rays and Mike Tyson's and the Tommy Hitman Hearns and all of them dudes made real money in a time when boxing was really flourishing with real money. And now we live in a time with inflated numbers. We know that guys that's getting praised for doing 250 to 275,000 that we can't even really put our fingers on, because we don't necessarily know the real numbers in the situation, because that could be inflated as well, knowing that the powers that be gonna hide shit, cameras dim low, seats is looking real empty at a lot of these events or whatever. Only maybe one or two guys is doing certain things. So shit, man. How good is the money for real if y'all not marquee, if y'all are entertaining the fight to one another in your weight class, man. Uh it's game over at that point. It's game over. Now that one I don't have no. Now he's an exception. He's an exception. So when we speak of others who wasting their time and how to, you know what I'm saying, like Canelo, that's a whole different bag. You know what I mean? Like he transcends the game on a different level, man. Um, he embodies that last like piece of what boxing, what it really feels like to be at a real boxing event. What it really feel like to go watch, you know what I'm saying, skills on display, people really out there in that type of atmosphere, and it's electrifying like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, the like a boxing event, you used to have like the performer at a boxing event to walk out with certain boxes at mega boxing events. Them shits used to be on like regular basis. Them shits are some of the biggest like talking points on after the fight in the world, man. Like to be able to do that shit, that's pretty much kind of like just as big as the Super Bowl niggas and shit like that. And shit now, man, them dudes don't know what that shit feel like, man. Canelo, the last dude, him and Anthony Joshua, they bring that motherfucking. You look around and it's just a sea of motherfuckers like whole floor shaking and shit. Like the atmosphere of boxing is just different, man. And that's crazy. Like that's piss poor. That's piss poor numbers. 300,000 pay-per-view buys is trash. Like I remember back in the day, like yo, if it wasn't 500,000, like it wasn't 450,000, 500,000 buys, man. Niggas didn't want to hear about your shit, man. Like to even entertain that shit. Like them, like that's sad. Like that's sad, man. That's sad. It's a major decline. They could easily turn around though. Like I had a feeling like, of course that fight would do. I had a feeling that fight would do a million pay-per-view buys easy, man. Like he been real active recently, regardless of whatever I feel about whatever. He been active. And this opponent, like people pumped it up. Like he was the toughest guy at 168 pounds. Like this is the big event. They marketed right. Um, it really didn't have to do anything to really sell itself. It was already there. Uh, he is who he is once again. And that's just a recipe for success. And it's in that market, man. It's a no-brainer that people not gonna miss out on that. He provides you get your money's worth with that dude, man. Like you definitely get your money's worth with that dude. And that's always a good thing when it come to if that's your fighter, to be able to go out there and know that he's knocking niggas the fuck out. He doing it the right way. He composed. He going through the rounds, you know what I'm saying, with the same type of aggression. You see him get hit. He want to bite down. He want to dog you even more. Uh, really, really, really move in the game how he's supposed to move in the game. So yeah, man, that's a good thing. Okay, yeah, man. Like and like I said, man, like I said earlier, man, dude sold that belt, man. He sold that belt. Niggas know he sold that belt. I mean, look, like if you don't believe me, man, just go back and watch his last opponents, man. Go back and watch his last. I challenge you to go back and watch his last 8 opponents, man, and y'all tell me eh, when any of those last 8 opponents is he ready for Canelo Alvarez, man? Y'all tell me to look at the activity. Tell me what about that whole situation says that this nigga deserves to be here or he got an opportunity, stands a chance in being there. So sacrificial lamb, man. He got straight nigga sacrificial lamb chops, man. Caleb plant based, man. Caleb plant based. But man, that's all I got for y'all tonight, man. I'm fucking getting tired of shit. Um, we'll be back at it again, man. Might be do one tomorrow. I got some edits to chop up. But as we always say at the end of this shit, it costs you nothing. Pay a nigga no mind. Congratulations to Canelo Alvarez, 168 pound. undisputed champion of the world, Caleb Plant, man. It is what it is, man. He sold that thing, man. He couldn't win anyway, but he sold it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, respect, though. It's the motherfucking boss.